City and beyond. My name is Tracy Whitman, and for our 2020 virtual festival, I will be demonstrating how to make this the Sonobe cube. First of all, it is a cube, which means you are going to need 6 pieces of paper. I recommend that you get 6 pieces of origami paper, and this is your standard almost 6 inches, 15 centimeters that come in a pack that you can find at any craft store. And I suggest that you get 3 colors, 2 of each. And we are going to start by taking a single sheet of paper. We're going to put it color side down, and we are going to fold it in half. Now then, we are going to do this to all of the pieces of paper, so you might as well go ahead and fold all of them in half at this time. Okay, now that you've folded all 6 pieces of paper, we are going to open all of them back up. Now, the next step in the process is fairly simple. We are going to take the bottom edge and the top edge, and we're going to fold them to meet in the middle. And again, we're going to do this to all 6 pieces of paper. All right, for our next step, what we are going to do is we're going to fold a diagonal right here by making this edge right here meet the top here. And then we're just going to spin this around and do it again. And yes, we're going to do this to all 6 pieces of paper. All right, now that you've done that, we are going to undo all of our work by unfolding all 6 pieces of paper again. Okay. Now then, at this point in time, for the next couple of steps, we are not going to create any new folds. We are simply going to reuse the folds that we have, and in a couple of cases, reverse a couple of the folds, which is not very complicated. So first, we're going to start by reversing the folds on these 2 corners here. So there's already a crease here, and we're going to use that crease as our guide. Next step, we're going to take this bottom edge and fold it up. Again, no new folds, we're just reusing that crease. Now our next step is to bring this edge here to this fold right here. And we're going to bring this top edge back down like that. Now, I'm going to twist this around. At this point in time, what we're going to do is take this corner here, and we are going to tuck it under this flap. And now you have this shape. And we are going to do this to the remaining 5 pieces. All right, now then, that was my final piece, and now you should have 6 pieces that look identical. Now, a little bit about these before we get to our next step. These points here are going to be the tabs, and eventually we're going to put them into these little pockets right here. But we need to do one more step. We're going to flip these over. And add our final 2 folds. So what we're going to do is fold a perpendicular line right here by taking this point here and going to this point right here. And we're going to do the same for this point here. Again, we're going to fold a perpendicular line here by taking this point and going over here. Okay, and here we have the final piece. And let's do this to the remaining 5. And I'm going to twist it around just because it makes it a little bit easier for me to fold. Okay, now I have all 6 pieces, and it is now time to assemble this box. So, this is something important to consider. We want to balance out the colors so that we've got a yellow here and on this side, a red here and underneath, and then you have a blue here, and that way the colors are all balanced throughout your piece. So, again, this right here is our tab, and in here are our pockets. And this is very important. You always want to make sure that the pieces go in like this and not like this. Otherwise, your box is not going to hold up very well. So again, balancing out the colors, I'm going to put that there. I'm going to take my other red piece and put it here. I'm going to flip this over, get my other yellow piece, slide in the tabs, and now I'm going to take my blues and put them into place. And this will take a little bit more finagling because you got these tabs that are kind of in the way, but you need them to not get trapped underneath. And this is where it gets a little bit more complicated. There we go. Now let's do this side. And now we have our completed box. And again, this is using 15-centimeter paper. And whereas this one here, I used 12-inch craft paper. And this one here is a little 3-inch paper. So that's all you need. 6 pieces of paper that are exactly the same size, square of course, and you can make these lovely boxes at home. All right, I chose the Sonobe box for the festival this year because so many people are at home, and especially with young people, students at home, and this box is a wonderful STEAM, so that would be science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So if you've got a young person at home, and my 5-year-old nephew was able to help me with a little bit with this box, so this is easy enough that even a child young as 5 with a little bit of assistance can fold this. And afterwards, you can have a conversation with them about the shape of the box being a cube. If you look at the patterns, you've got triangles, and you can have them count up the number of triangles that they can find. Additionally, this did start out as 6 pieces of 6-inch paper, so you can even talk a little bit about, I suppose, ratios. How big are these sides compared to the original sheet of paper? So those are all fantastic conversations to have with your child at home, and also get them to do something hands-on. I also chose this box because you can, with the same pieces, make other things. So if you have only 3 pieces of paper, you can fold this little jewel here. And with this, all you have to do is add 1 additional fold, which I will demonstrate at this time. So here is our piece again before we fold the tabs. And I'm going to go ahead and fold the tabs. And the additional fold I mentioned was simply folding along right here. Fold the piece in half. And do that for 3 pieces. All right, now I've got these 3 pieces, and at this time, what I'll do is I'll insert them, and they're going to kind of wrap around each other to form that little jewel there. So I'm going to tuck that one in there, and I'm going to tuck this one in here, and at this time I'm going to introduce the red piece. There's something wrong here. There we go. All right, and here we go. So here we have this fantastic piece here made with only 3 sheets of paper. Now then, if you got a little extra time on your hand, you can also take that same piece, this one right here, and with 12 of them, fold this piece here. And no, I do not have a name for this piece. I'm sure someone does out there. If you have even more time on your hands and can fold 30 of them, you can end up with this ball right here. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, I went with steam instead of stem because these are beautiful in their own right, of course. And you can do a couple of things, more things with these. For example, with this right here, you could attach a string to it and hang it from somewhere for decoration. Make these jewels small enough and you can create earrings. Or maybe take the bigger ones and pick your own colors out, make some Christmas ornaments out of them. Or with just 2 pieces, you can create these little flat pieces here. And what I did was I skewered them, and I found beads with holes enough that would work on the skewer too. And I've created this little decorative piece that I could easily stick into a potted plant, or I suppose in a cup with some pens in it to liven those up a little bit as well. So whatever you do with this, I hope you have a lot of fun. You can engage as many people as you want as home, so you can have a little assembly line. So this could be a great family fun activity. So when you're finished with your creation, post a picture of it to Facebook or Twitter or whatever, and be sure to tag us at kcjapanfestival.org. So this concludes my presentation. Thank you so much for joining me.